Have you ever had a friend who they keep making the same mistake over and over again? And they come to you and they say, I did it again. It happened again. And as you're listening to them tell you what they did or what happened, you're thinking to yourself, come on, when are you going to stop running around in this cycle? When are you going to finally get it together? I mean, what else has to happen for you to understand that you can't keep going back? You can't keep repeating the same. Man, you're saying to yourself, come on, when are you going to figure this thing out? Like, you just have to stop allowing yourself to go back into your vomit, go back into the same scenarios over and over again. Do you ever have that conversation with yourself? Do you ever say to yourself, come on, man, when are you going to make it difficult for yourself to mess up? Adrienne Benton here, the author of the wonderful self-guided journal, A Greater Force Than Failure, Intentional Time with God. And right now we're in a 7-day series entitled 7 Ways to Learn from Our Mistakes. And in this particular video, we're talking about making it difficult to mess up. We have been on a journey where we said that we have to accept responsibility for our mistakes. We have to be compassionate to ourselves, and we have to be able to create a plan. And after we create that plan, we have to make it difficult for us to mess up. So I'm asking you right now, what would it look like with whatever it is that you know that you're wrestling with, where you keep repeating the cycle over and over again? What would it look like for you to make it difficult for yourself to mess up? I mean, this applies to anything in your life, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to practice being more patient and kind, whether it's causing yourself to stop procrastinating and actually study for the test ahead of time, right? What would it look like for you to make it difficult for you to mess up? Well, in the journal here on page 84, we're reminded, don't think that you are the exception to the rule. Remember that God's way is the best way and that God stands ready to manifest plan B for you. So what that is saying is, listen, all of us, not one of us is perfect. We are all prone to want to yield to temptations, right? But God stands ready to equip us. God stands ready to give you the strength, to give you the wisdom, the sound mind to do different, to not return to your vomit, to not keep running around in circles. It's time to let God manifest that plan B. What would it look like for you to make it difficult through the power of God, not on your own strength, but through the power of God, for you to make it difficult for you to mess up? In the journal here, you're reminded to do 3 more things. Number 1, pray. Seek God's guidance. I invite you today, even as you hear my voice and you're watching this video, pray in your heart, Lord, help me. And then pause. Sometimes we spend a lot of time just running, talking, moving. But God wants us to pray and pause. Get focused, right? Get focused on what we're putting into God's hands, what we're surrendering, so that we're focused on what the end result feels and looks like. And then pivot. Transform your actions from fearful to faithful. That's on page 109. Pivot. Transform your actions from fearful to faithful. What would it look like for your everyday actions to go from fearful to faithful? I love that. Woo! Fearful to faithful. So here's your homework. Your homework for today is simply this. Number 1, pray. Take some intentional time to pray. There's no time limit. Your prayer could be 5 minutes. Your prayer could be an hour. It's just between you and God. Whatever time you need, stop and pray. And as you're praying, pause. Like, really take time to be present in that moment. In those moments, just be right there and invite God to let His presence just fill you. And then pivot. Ask God, Lord, transform my mind. God, I'm asking you to make it difficult for me to mess up. What that means is when the temptation comes and you're ready to yield, asking God to make your spiritual alarm so sensitive that you recognize when you're about to yield to temptation, right? We don't want to operate out of a gray cloud. No, we want to be very aware of what we're doing and our actions and our thoughts and our movements. And that can only come properly through the filter of God. So your homework, again, pray. Take some time, intentional time to pray. And when you take that intentional time to pray, pause, get still, be open to hearing God's voice and pivot. Let the Lord fill your mind. And pivot means change. Pivot means turn. Turn your actions, turn your mindset from fearful, right? Turn it from fearful to faith-filled. Lord, cause me to have faith-filled movements and faith-filled actions and to live my life as a water walker. Oh, yes, that's what we want. So today, day 6, we're praying and we're asking God to make it difficult for us to mess up. I'm excited to hear your journey. Go ahead and share with us in the comments section. What does it mean to you to be transformed from fearful to faith-filled? What does it look like for you to live a life where it's difficult for you to keep going back to those same mistakes and failures over and over again? Now, listen, be sure to not keep this to yourself, right? You definitely want to share this series with a friend. If you have not seen the previous videos, I want you to go ahead and take the time, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook, go ahead and take the time to go back and watch day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Here we are on day 6 because we have one more day. I want you to be on this journey with us. One more day. Day 7 is coming up where we will end this series, 7 ways to learn from your mistakes. Now, if you do not have the journal, I want you to go ahead and make sure that you get it, okay? You can get it from my website, forwardmovementministries.org, forwardmovementministries.org, or you can get it from Amazon. On Amazon, you can buy the Kindle version or you can get the paperback version. Either way, you want to make sure that you get it. Join us on Facebook at Forward Movement Ministries page, or once you have the journal, you can join our private group, which is a Greater Force Transformation Lab, where you definitely want to join us. Once a month, we have guest presenters that come in and we have a live session where we have an opportunity to interact with each other. And we have a 30-day online retreat that's coming up in the month of October, a 30-day online retreat that you don't want to miss. But you have to have the journal in order to be with our community and tribe. So definitely get it, buy one for a friend, bring a family member, and let's grow from faith to faith together. So as always, I invite you to walk with the King, most definitely. And what? That's right, walk with the King and be a blessing.